what are the biggest challenges you guys have now? Like what kind of volume in products are you moving? Like, like I'd love to hear about that. What are the challenges you face now?
Well, there's a variety of challenges, right? As they say, more money, more problems, or the bigger you are, the harder you can fall. So, so if you don't mind, I can just kind of give
Yeah,
you a variety of
please.
somewhat random examples. So, fortunately, making our product has not been a challenge, and I think the reason for that is because I started, in my opinion, the right way, right? I started making my product firsthand with my bare hands. I was able to study it and work out all the bugs and find out how to make it great and how to avoid making it bad. So that was really the first 5 years, which is, I think, also a reason why I was very slow and steady with expanding my distribution. So I really wanted to understand my product because with something like kombucha, it's not like a soda where you just mix together some ingredients, bottle it, and it's fine. Kombucha is a lot like a plant or even a form of agriculture where it's always evolving. There's seasonal variations. There's even flavor or quality changes from one batch to another. So you really have to study your batch and even study it after it's been bottled because it's still a living product and it can still change. So fortunately, I don't want to say I've mastered it because it's always a work in progress, but I think I have that pretty much down. Where I think most of the changes or the challenges, I should say, come into play is that one is making sure, and I think this is something that a lot of businesses and a lot of entrepreneurs face over time, is as you grow your business, and I'll use the somewhat silly analogy of raising a child, right? You raise the company and the brand, and it goes through different phases of its life, and that at a certain point, it's essentially ready to grow up and be its own adult, right? Be its own entity. And what you need to do, but I think a lot of entrepreneurs sometimes forget to do this or get distracted with other stuff, is stop and ask themselves, is this company, is this brand, is this product, has it grown up to be everything I want it to be? And does it still have the DNA and the qualities that I raised it with? And the reason why I think this is important, and you probably are thinking, oh, well, this is so basic. Of course, everybody does that. But in reality, most people don't because they get so caught up in the rat race. And, once you achieve a form of success, you always, and I'm guilty of this too, always set the bar higher. So you're always looking at, how can I beat last year's sales? How can I increase profitability? How can I capture more market share? How can I expand distribution? And in doing that, you sometimes forget that you might have stepped off your path. So I think it's important to constantly check yourself. And that's what I've done and continue to do because it's so easy to get caught up in the success. In many ways, success can be very intoxicating, and it can almost distort the way you see yourself, the way you see the world, and certainly the way you see your products. So I think it's important to do that recalibration frequently. And so that in many ways is a challenge. It's something that you have to make a conscious effort to do almost on a daily basis because everything you do, you have to ask yourself, does this feel right? Does this make sense? Am I staying true to myself? And in this day and age where there's such an immense amount of innovation and content out there, and there's so many people kind of almost yelling and screaming about, look at me, look what I'm selling, buy me, look at my product, that you almost feel encouraged to participate in that behavior, which in many ways is not a good thing because it just becomes this yelling match. So it's really finding very thoughtful ways of maintaining your relevancy, but not getting caught up in this rat race. And most importantly, not losing your identity.
Hey Foundr fam, we hope that you loved that clip. If you did, you can click through right here to watch the full interview. You don't want to miss this one. See you there.